So I've been looking for a new gadget to use to upload some pictures into the cloud while traveling or on the go, and I decided to buy this new device that I found on Amazon. And let's go ahead and do an unboxing and a full review of this product. And here it is. This is the Betionol SD card reader with a 32 gigabyte SD card. This is a really interesting product, as you can see here in the packaging, because it has compatibility with so many different devices, and the design as well looked really interesting. It has compatibility with USB-C for new Android, Lightning connector for, of course, your iPhones or your iPads. Has a USB-A connector for your PC or laptop, and a micro USB connector for other types of devices. So as you can see here in the packaging, it looks like a really flexible or a really interesting device. Here's the back of the packaging with some additional specs and information about the Betionol SD card reader. And it's really nice that it comes with an additional or with a free SD card, especially with a 32 gigabyte storage one. So we'll be trying that out today, and we'll be checking for its functionality as well. And here it is, really easy to take out of the packaging. Some of these devices can be a little bit difficult to take out from the packaging, but in this case they made it really easy. And here it is with a really nice design. The Betionol SD card reader and the SD card with 32 gigabytes and full class 10 speeds for that one too, so that's really good. Alright, so here's the actual gadget or the device. Betionol has, I gotta say, this is it's made out of plastic, but it's hard plastic, so it doesn't look very flimsy. It doesn't look like it's gonna break very easily. And as you can see here, it has the little icons that will show you that it will work with Windows or Android devices. And here's the USB connector that you open up like this. Really interesting design, very clever design to open it up like that to be able to use it as a micro USB device in this part of the device. Alright, in the other side of the SD card reader you will find the Lightning connector with its covers as well, and the covers are not flimsy. They are really hard covers, are kind of hard to take out, so they look really safe as well. Here's the Lightning connector, and in the other edge of the side of the SD card reader is going to be the USB-C connector for your newer Android devices. And I think for some Microsoft Surface you will be able to use this connection as well. And finally, in the side of the SD card reader you will have your slots for your standard SD card, and also a connection for your micro SD card. So let's go ahead and pick up the 32 gigabyte SD card that I got with the packaging, and it fits really well. It makes a little bit of a clicking noise as well once it comes in. I gotta say, I'm very impressed of the materials and the overall build quality of this Betionol SD card reader so far. All the parts, all the materials here are very hard plastic. It's not a flimsy kind that you will think that's gonna break when you use them. It just feels very heavy duty in a way that it seems like you will be able to just throw it in your bag or in your camera bag while you travel, and you don't have to be concerned about it breaking in the bag or just stop working, because of the quality of the materials are really good and all the covers cover it really well. But we'll test the functionality later on in the video. And here's the the 32 gigabyte standard SD card. Here are some of the speeds that come with the card, and according to the specs, these are supposed to be class 10 speeds for this memory card. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the functionality test of this Betionol SD card reader. And as you can see, I brought the device itself, and I brought a couple of different things, or a few different things. I brought my Google Pixel 2nd generation, which has a USB-C connector in the bottom. I also brought my iPhone 6, which has a Lightning or a standard Apple Lightning connector in the bottom. And additionally, I just brought my new UmiDigi A3 Pro, which is a new cell phone I just recently bought just to use as almost as an MP3 player, but it does have a or a micro USB connector in the bottom of this one. So we'll be able to try out the 3 different connectors in this device. I also brought in my regular Canon PowerShot, my old point and shoot camera, so we can just test out the SD card. So let's go ahead and put in the Betionol SD card in the camera. And I'm just going to take a couple of test photos with this point and shoot camera just so we can see if it will actually upload into the 3 cell phones or into the 3 smartphones. So I'm just going to get a couple of random shots here in the table. Okay, so I got a total of 3 photos using my point and shoot camera, and I'm going to take out the SD card, and I'm going to go ahead and use it in the Betionol SD card reader next. So here it is. Let's go ahead and pop it into the device, and as you can see, you just put it in the side, as I mentioned before, and it makes a nice clicking noise once it's inside, so it's really helpful to make sure that it's in the right way. So let's go ahead and use the Umidigi A3 Pro first, and as you can see, it has a micro USB connector, so I'm gonna open up the USB side of the gadget, and it opens up like that, like I showed you before, to expose the micro USB connector. You pop it in the cell phone, and my cell phone does have a small case, but it still fits in with the case. And there it is. I see an additional USB icon here in the top, and it says Carter USB drive. Let's go ahead and explore it. So if you're familiar with Android devices, it will give you your standard view for Android devices, where you can actually explore into or go into the files inside your phone. As you can see, these are the 3 photos that I took with with my point and shoot camera. So what you can do is open it with the Files application in your Android device. You click on Continue, and you will be able to manage them through your phone. And here's some information about the picture itself. But you should also be able to save them into your internal memory, into your phone. Here are the options. You can rename it, you can compress it, you can move it, you can copy into your download section, which is very helpful. You can download it into your smartphone, like I just did. And after that, you should be able to share it into social media, post it into the cloud, or do whatever you want. Like this, you can share it into Twitter, or you can share it to as an Instagram story, or into Instagram, or you can send it by email as well. So really handy little device to be able to share or to send photos into the internet while on the go. And to eject the drive, you can just click here on eject on the top of the Android device, and it will eject it, and you can safely take it out. And there it is. We're using the Umidigi A3 Pro cell phone. Now let's try it out with the iPhone 6. It's a 6th generation iPhone. Let's use it with the lightning connector, and my iPhone also has a little case here. It's thin, but it is a case, and as you can see, it fits just fine here with the Betionol SD card reader, and it shows up with the iOS device. It shows up a disclaimer or a message that says app not installed. So it looks like we're gonna have to download an existing app. So let's go ahead and open up the Apple Store. So once you're in the Apple Store, it will tell you to install an app called iFlash Device, and you can just click on it. It's a free app, so you don't have to pay for the device. You just put in your Apple password or your Apple device's password, and it will start downloading immediately. Once you're in there, you can open it. And here it is. iFlash Device would like to access your photo. Yes, iFlash Device would like to access your camera. I don't think I'll need to use it for that, so I'll say don't allow. You don't need to access my microphone. You don't need to access my contacts. And you don't need to access my media library overall, so I'll say no. So once you're in there, into the iFlash Device app, you can go here into device storage and DCIM. This is where I saved my the pictures that I took with my point and shoot camera. And here are my 3 photos, and there they are, the 3 photos that I just took. And using the SD card reader, you can click here on the iOS section here in the bottom, and you can share it by email, You can also save it into your device. I don't have a lot of social media installed in this phone, so I assume that if you do have it, you might be able to share them right away using your iPhone. So yeah, really handy the way that even though you do have to install an additional app with the iOS device, still really handy that you can just download it really quickly. You don't really need additional processes or instructions to do it, and you just pop it out and you'll be done. Really easy to use as well. Alright, then finally I'm gonna go ahead and try out this SD card reader with my Google Pixel 2nd generation. And let's go ahead and take out the cap of the SD card reader and pop it into the USB-C connector. And as you can see, this case in my Google Pixel is a little bit thicker, but it still fits fine with the SD card reader. It gives you the same option as the UMIDIGI device, and you click on the file, open up the folders, and you'll see the 3 photos that I just took with the point and shoot camera. So again, it's very similar to the one that I showed you first. Very easy to use, and you just click on download, and once they're in your phone, you can share them just as I showed you earlier in the first device. You can share them into social media, upload it into the cloud, maybe send the pictures by email. And once you're ready to eject it, you just slide it down and click on eject, and you will be able to take out safely the SD card reader. So there it is, using the 3 different connectors in the Betionol card reader. I really like the fact that you can use them with the case. You don't have to take the caps off, you don't have to move things around. Everything fits just fine using the 3 different connections in the SD card itself. Like I said, the caps are all very hard in a way that it requires some effort in order to put them in, so you know that they're not just gonna pop out easily when you put it in your bag or anything. So I've used this Betionol SD card reader only once, but so far I'm very impressed with this functionality, with the fact that you can use it with so many different devices, with the materials, with the quality of the build. Really interesting gadget. If you travel, if you take a lot of photos, I highly recommend that you check it out. I'll put a link here in the description in case you want to buy it on Amazon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.